And before we get into your next 5, if you missed it, last episode we went over 5 important things for tax season for businesses to get you prepared, and we're going to do 5 more today.
Yep.
But before we get into that, we have a really exciting announcement.
Man, I love this one. This is going to be good.
If you were listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you already probably heard this in the intro, but those of you that are watching on YouTube, this is really great. We're pumped. We're going to go live. We're going to do live podcasts. The Business Project Podcast.
Business can be complicated.
We break it down so regular people like us
can understand and find success. I'm John Crespo, accountant and consultant.
I'm Casey Bryant, marketer and event planner.
If you run a business
or want to run a business,
welcome to the show. We're back.
What's up, guys?
How you doing today?
Yeah. Last week was so boring. We got another boring week for you this week.
Yeah, we keep you sleeping. Yeah. You can watch this while you're eating your turkey.
Yes.
Right? And just, you get the itis. It'll help you go to sleep. Mm-hmm. But then you'll dream about taxes.
Dream about it.
Yep.
Even though this is boring, this is really, really important stuff. Yeah. Hopefully that can help you guys out. And before we get into your next 5, if you missed it, last episode we went over 5 important things for tax season for businesses to get you prepared, and we're going to do 5 more today. Yep. But before we get into that, we have a really exciting announcement.
Man, I love this one. This is going to be good.
If you were listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you already probably heard this in the intro, but those of you that are watching on YouTube, this is really great. We're pumped. We're going to go live. We're going to do live podcasts.
Wow.
Yeah, instead of pre-recorded. And the
what
main
is that
reason
gonna do?
It's they'll be able to interact. So if you guys have questions,
there you go.
That's why we're doing this anyway. We're doing this to help people with their businesses.
I love it.
So that's the whole purpose. And there's tools out there to be able to do it live. So starting January 5th, which I think is the first Friday of January.
So we're bringing in 24 live at Times Square.
Yeah. Recorded before a live online audience.
I'm excited to interact with y'all. I hope you come with some good questions, because I hope you challenge us with your questions, because that's what it's all about. Let's get that dialogue going. That'll make it fun.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This is all about you guys. That's what it's for.
Hey, I'm ready. I hope you're ready.
I'm ready.
Let's do it. January 24, 2024 on the 5th.
We're going live. Yeah. We'll have more information for you guys coming up. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Get ready.
All right. Let's get into taxes.
Now we're back to the boring stuff. Yeah. You ready? Get your pillow out, because you're gonna dream about taxes, and it might even be a nightmare.
Well, not now, because they got plenty of time to get it prepared.
That's true.
Yeah. We're making your taxes not a nightmare.
Yeah. If you listen to this episode before the season, before January, right, then you're good. If you listen to this episode after January, then you're going to prepare for the following year.
Yes, okay. This will help you next year.
Yeah, the year behind you is already done. Deal with the headache, but it'll help you prepare for the following year, because these strategies you can use every year.
Yeah, it can always get fixed, guys. We all make mistakes.
Yeah,
I mean, our electrical company was in business for like 5 years and made some pretty big boo-boos one year, but you know what? Dug down. That's what my husband has, an electrical company. Dug down deep, and we just kept on head down, kept on rolling. It could have killed us.
Yeah.
Could have killed the business, but just kept on rolling. So y'all can do that too. That's part of running a business. It's not always rainbows and butterflies. Some
of the best businesses have come to the brink of failure hundreds of times in their journey. Mm-hmm. But now they're multi-billion, multi-million, multi-trillion-dollar businesses. If you ask any founder, they're like, man, I could have given up 1,000 times. But you do that, then why are you in business?
Yep. It's not easy, guys.
And then now that you're in business, why not make sure that you're strategizing properly to keep the business going smoothly and keep Uncle Sam off your back?
And taxes are something that every business needs to know, whether you like it or not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to come pay the tax, man.
So what do you got for us today?
All right. So last week we hit 5, right? That were pretty good, like preparational stuff, foundational stuff. We hit over the bookkeeping, we hit the financial reports, we hit your structure and self-employment tax information, and also when to delay, right? So this week we're going to continue the conversation, and we're saying, I have a lot of money left over from my business at the end of the year. What am I going to do so I don't have to pay so much in taxes?
Okay.
Did you know that a business can do retirement planning?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. Did you know a business can actually invest in their retirement?
Like the business's retirement? Like the business is like, okay, we've been in this business for 65 years. It's time to hang it up and retire, like that.
Well, not the business itself, but it can benefit the people.
Okay.
Right. But it's a write-off for the business.
Okay.
Right. So the business can help their people in retirement while taking advantage of tax benefits at the same time.
So like setting up a 401k for your employees.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So that's a solo 401k. So now, again, it's your business structure, right? How is your business structure determines what you can do, right? So you definitely want to speak to your CPA, or you want to speak to your financial advisor. Some of them are well-versed on the business side of things. If you don't have a financial advisor that's not well-versed on the business side, find one.
Yeah.
Because you want them to work together with your CPA, your accountant. You want them to work together to make sure you got a good strategy going on for your business.
And this sounds like it's investing in your team.
It is.
Yeah.
Yep. And yourself. So if you don't have a team, you can still create an investment account, a business investment account for yourself.
For yourself.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
So there's a
I
SEP
like that.
IRA, there's a solo 401k, there's a defined benefit pension plan, which is a pretty cool deal. And I'm not going to get into the details of those things because it will take forever to talk about it.
That would be a whole nother podcast.
A whole
nother
podcast.
month of podcasts.
Yes,
and
and I
you
think
guys will
that's
be
great.
definitely sleeping. No.
We should invite somebody over, a professional at that.
Maybe. We'll see.
This is my world. I know it's boring,
We'll
but
do a course on it in the business project. How about
that's
that?
a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do a video throw a little video on there.
Yeah. That
Maybe.
way, if you fall asleep, you can just rewind it and watch it again.
Yeah. Hey, it's good to know.
It is.
Right? You want to save some money? There's ways to do it that's not buying an $80,000 vehicle.
Yeah.
Right? That your business doesn't need. Invest in yourself. Invest in your retirement. So look into SEP IRAs, look into solo 401ks, defined benefit pension plans. That's just to name a few. There's so many other things. There's a health savings account, which I think is an amazing investment option out there. But there's so many things that you can do as a business where if you know you're going to have money left over, why not invest it in your people instead of giving it to Uncle Sam?
Yep. I love it.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's the next tip. That's the tip for today. The first one we're starting out with. The second one is very important. I don't think it's not necessarily a tax tip, but it keeps you legit.
Okay.
Annual board meeting.
Oh, annual board meeting.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many businesses are either an LLC or corporation that have never had an annual board meeting?
Oh, yeah. And you can get in a lot of trouble for not doing that, can't you? Like lose your business. That's there's a couple stipulations if you have an LLC or a corporation, and one of them is have an annual board meeting.
Yep. And it's not just that annual report that you have to file with the state, right? That's not your annual board meeting. That's just telling the state that you're still in business. You actually have to take notes, meeting minutes, discussing what you did in the business, what time it started, what time it ended. That information every year you should have one.
Yeah.
There's something called the corporate veil, right? So let's say your business is caught in litigation and you're trying to protect yourself from that litigation. If they see any crack in that corporate veil, then that protection that you have from your business to your personal is gone.
And they can attack you personally.
They can attack you personally.
One of the reasons that you have a corporation or an LLC is so that it protects your personal property.
That's right. You want to have that business personal separation. Make sure you have everything. Make sure you follow the right steps to keep that protection intact. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for litigation personally.
Don't do that.
Yeah. So I threw that in because this is planning, right? And not only do you want to do the financial tax planning, but you want to make sure your entity structure is solid too. So just threw another tip in there for you. All right. You ready for this one?
Yeah.
This one's really boring.
Maybe. Uh-oh.
Did you know that sole proprietors, right, and single member LLCs, you can deduct mileage and home office.
Okay.
You get the mileage and the home office deduction right on the business tax return.
Okay.
Right? You can go in there and you can claim, I use 30% of my home for my business. Mm-hmm. And you get to deduct that amount of money from your taxes, right? And every mile that you travel that's business related, you can deduct.
But you have to keep a good log, don't you?
You have
can't
to track
just say, I estimated 300 miles last year. You have to actually say, I went from here to here and this is many miles. I went from here to here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's actually the next tip. Document.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're going to claim a deduction for something, you got to have proof that it's a legitimate business deduction, right? So as a sole proprietor and as an LLC, you can claim your mileage, you can claim your home office on the tax return, on the 1040 or the Schedule C. But as a multi-member LLC, which is a partnership, or a S corporation or C corporation, you have to have what's called an accountable plan.
What's
So
that?
in essence, you can't claim a home office deduction or mileage deduction on your taxes. You have to get reimbursed by the business, right, for those deductions. So in essence, the business is going to pay you tax-free for those deductions. So that won't count as income to you personally, but the business can deduct it from their expenses. So you're actually getting that deduction, but you have to have an accountable plan in order to do that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So what's an accountable plan?
An accountable plan is basically an expense report, right? If you ever worked for like a corporate company, whenever you travel and whenever you have to drive somewhere, they expect you to write a report saying, hey, I traveled here, spent this much in gas, boom, 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 boom. And then you submit it to the company and they will reimburse you that money.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's an accountable plan.
Yeah, like a receipt almost.
Yep.
Yeah.
You provide all that information and you'll get the money reimbursed to you and the business deducts it as an expense.
Cool. So it can be done either way. It's just different. It's done different, whether you're a business or depending on your entity.
Depending on your entity. Yeah. Everything depends on the entity.
Yeah. Okay.
So
good tip.
Yeah, accountable plan, definitely. And then we were talking about document. Mm-hmm. So if you're trying to claim a deduction for anything like that, make sure you're tracking your mileage. So get yourself a mileage tracker, right? Mile IQ is a popular one out there.
They make it really easy now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to remember to turn that sucker on when you're driving, for business, or keep it always on because it asks you if it's business or personal.
Yeah.
Just keep it on.
You can also do it manually and keep a notebook in your car and just, hey, this is my mileage when I started. This is my mileage when I got back. And this is where I went.
I've seen some people take a picture of the odometer.
Right? Oh, goodness.
At the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And they take a picture at the end of the year. And then they're like, all right, 60% of that is business related.
Can you do that?
You're towing the line
Pushing
there.
it a little bit there.
Yeah. You can, because you can kind of like, estimate on a monthly basis what you've traveled, but you want to document everything.
You don't want to get in trouble. It's better if you just do it the right way.
When it comes to the IRS, you want proof.
Yeah.
If they ever decided to come and audit you, you want to pull out a whole thing of receipts and say, here you go.
Yeah.
Here's my receipts. Here's my proof. Don't say I estimated.
No.
Because they were like, okay, I estimate you as this extra.
Yes, exactly. They don't take the estimation seriously.
Nope. So keep that in mind. And then there's some creaking.
Yeah, we got creaking going on in the office. We have a ghost.
We got the ghosts.
After Halloween, ghost stayed here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. You hear that? I'm scared. You hear that? You hear that? You probably don't hear it.
No.
Here's a good one.
Yes.
This is the final tip for today.
Okay.
Hire your children.
Oh, we talked about this the other day.
Right?
This is
that?
a good tip. Yeah. Yeah.
If you have children that are 16 and younger, because it's 16 and younger,
Okay.
you can hire them to work for your business, and it's a tax deduction for you as for the business because you don't pay any income tax on that, and they don't pay any income tax. So you're saving income tax on both ends, and it's a deduction for the business.
That's great.
Yeah.
Hire your children.
And
if you don't have children, have children just so that you can hire them and get it.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Go ahead.
I'm just kidding.
Go ahead and just create that that work. What is it? The workforce. Yeah. Hey, you got to do what you got to do for those tax breaks. You know what's funny?
What
is me growing up, right? We didn't grow up with a lot of money, right? And so a lot of people around us didn't have a lot of money either. So everyone was trying to scheme on how they can get the biggest tax refund at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. And they was like, well, the government will give you $500 per child up to a certain amount of money. And they're like, all right, well, can I claim your kid? And can I claim your kid? Because I don't have, they started spreading around kids. It wasn't me. I was just saying, back in the day,
I'm not saying
people
that's
would
what you
share
should
their
do.
children for tax deductions.
Oh, goodness. That's crazy.
Well,
Wow.
that's the way it was. Yeah, it's crazy. But I hope you take advantage of these tips.
Yeah.
These were 10 good ones. And there's plenty more. So find a good, solid person in your area, or reach out to us and we'll be able to provide resources. But find somebody you can partner with to help you prepare for the tax season, because the last thing you want to do is be surprised that you owe $20,000, $30,000 to Uncle Sam, when you could have done some stuff throughout the year to mitigate that.
Yeah. Yep. Important stuff.
Yeah.
And just like any other aspect of your business, if you're not good with computers or graphics or branding, like, you partner with somebody that can do that. I think that's something that we all, especially getting into business, we think that we have to be an expert in everything. We have to know all the taxes and how to all the business license stuff and the insurance stuff and the branding stuff and all of this. But that's really not true. I think the most successful businesses are the ones that partner with people that are experts in all parts of your industry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a team effort. There's no one, I don't know any business owner that did everything on their own.
No.
You just had a good team. Mm-hmm. Learn how to build that team.
Yep. Build a team.
Well, hopefully that helps.
Yeah. Cool.
You ready?
Ready.
That's it for the tax tips. So if you were sleeping through this, I feel bad for you. But we'll see you next week.
See you next week. We got another good one for you next week.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.